This is a Squiz podcast. We're your shortcut to being informed.
Squiz Kids! It's your daily news fix. Fun, free, fresh.
Hello and welcome to Squiz Kids Today, your fresh take on what's happening in the world around you. I'm Bryce Corbett. It's Thursday, November 17. In Squiz Kids Today, Moon mission has liftoff. Coral comeback on the Barrier Reef. Queen Bey scoops the pool and mermaids to the rescue. That's what's making news, kids style.
The lowdown.
We rise together, back to the moon and beyond. And with those words, plus a massive flash of light from booster rockets as they pushed the biggest rocket ever built up into the heavens, humanity yesterday took the first steps to going back to the moon. Following months of delays, Artemis 1 lifted off late yesterday afternoon from Cape Canaveral in Florida, a test flight for an adventure that in a couple of years' time will see the first woman and the first person of colour ever set foot on the moon. There were no astronauts inside the spaceship that left yesterday, just a bunch of mannequins called Helga, Zohar and Moonican Campos. Oh, and a Snoopy toy in a spacesuit and a Shaun the Sheep, who have been sent up into space as gravity detectors. It's been over 50 years since humans were last on the moon, and these Artemis missions are part of a big effort to eventually establish a base on the surface of the moon in which humans will live. And then, eventually, pave the way for humans to go to Mars. How cool is that? Now that it's up in space, the Orion space capsule and its crash test dummy crew will spend 26 days in space, travelling 2.1 million kilometres, swinging out and around the moon, and eventually returning to Earth on December 11. All going well. School kids from all over the United States made their way to Florida to witness yesterday's rocket launch. Some were lucky enough to get an up-close and personal tour of the Artemis 1 rocket, taking the lift up to the Orion capsule, which will eventually house 4 astronauts. And with plans in place to send humans to Mars sometime in the mid-2030s, the timing could be perfect for one or more of you to be the first humans on Mars. Future astronauts of Australia, this is your cue to start getting ready. I've stuck links in today's episode notes to a map of the route the Artemis mission will undertake and a video of Snoopy in his spacesuit. You're welcome.
Spin the globe.
Each day we give the world globe a spin and find a news story from wherever it stops. And today we've landed in the waters off California in the United States, where mermaids have rescued a scuba diver. Hang on a minute, mermaids? Are they even real? These mermaids were actually 3 women wearing mermaid tails, undertaking an actual certified diving course to become qualified mermaids, which is apparently a thing. When they noticed a scuba diver nearby in trouble, being helped to the surface by his friends, they leapt into action, mermaiding their way over to surround the diver and keep him afloat until he could be pulled to safety. It all happened at the end of October, but news of the mermaid rescue has only just made headlines. I wonder if Aussie beach lifesavers this summer should recruit a couple of mermaids to their ranks. How cool would it be to be rescued by a mermaid?
Pop Culture Corner.
All hail the Queen! Long live the Queen! I'm talking about Queen Bey, of course, the artist otherwise known as Beyoncé, who yesterday dominated the prestigious Grammy Award nominations. Beyoncé is up for no fewer than 9 awards when the Grammys happen next February, making her the most nominated artist in the history of the Grammys, tying with her husband, the hip-hop phenomenon Jay-Z. The husband and wife team have both been nominated for a grand total of 88 Grammys in their respectively impressive careers. Hot on Beyoncé's heels was Kendrick Lamar with 8 nominations, then Adele, who's been nominated in 7 categories, followed by Harry Styles, DJ Khaled, someone called The Dream, and, one for the mums and dads, Mary J. Blige, who all got 6 nominations. Rock on.
Animal Kingdom.
And there was good news for the Great Barrier Reef yesterday, after coral that had been grown in a special nursery, then planted into the seabed, spawned. So, let's break this baby down. First up, this is Animal Kingdom, so why are we talking about coral? Because, my friends, coral is an animal, not a plant. So, there you have it. Secondly, what is spawning? It's the way that coral reproduces, and it happens once a year, where coral releases eggs and sperm into the sea and makes baby corals. And why is this a big deal? Because scientists took bits of coral from the Great Barrier Reef that had survived a mass bleaching event, reared them in a specially built coral nursery, and are now totes excited to see those coral propagate, which is a fancy way of saying have babies. It's great news for the reef and great news for all of us.
Time for the quiz.
This is the part of the podcast where you get to test how well you've been listening. Question number 1. How many nominations has Beyoncé received for next year's Grammy Awards? Oh, well done if you got 9. Question number 2. What's the name of NASA's moon mission? Yeah, that's right, it's called Artemis. Question number 3. What magical underwater creatures came to the rescue of a diver in California? Yeah, that's right, they were mermaids.
Shout-outs.
It's November 17. Today is National Home Baked Bread Day, National Butter Day, and National Baklava Day in the United States. 3 of my all-time favourite things. It's also a special day for these Squiz kids celebrating a birthday today. Sienna from Hillsdale, Freya from Glengowrie, Olivia from Forest Lake, Charlotte T from Loganholme, Sienna from Altona Meadows, Connor from Paddington, Felix from New Farm, Mohammed from Hallett Cove, Oliver from Yarumba, Lockie from Old Revnella, Liam from Hornsby, and my good friend, La Petite Française en Australie, Alice from Canberra. And belated birthday shout-outs go to Sarah from Sydney, Amila from Melbourne, and Oscar from Waverley. And today's classroom shout-outs go to Class 5K at Bella Vista Public School, Class 6N at Preston West Primary School, Class 1RL and Miss Lee at North Sydney Demonstration School, Class 3S and Mr. Spool at the Southport School on the Gold Coast, Room 10 with Miss Razis at Aurelia Primary School in Perth, Class 5-6P at Mildura South Primary School, and congratulations to their teacher Ms Patterson, who's expecting a baby. And finally, to the Platypus and Magpie classes at Jules Primary School, and congratulations to their teacher Ms Harridan, who just had a baby. It's a baby bonanza. Don't forget, if you've got a birthday coming up and you want a shout-out, or if you're after a classroom shout-out, drop us a line at squizkids@thesquiz.com.au, or fill out the form on our website. Well, that's all we have time for. Thanks for listening to Squiz Kids today. Amanda will be back tomorrow. In the meantime, get out there and have a most excellent day. Over and out.